Good morning, children. So, today we are going to start our 8th chapter, that is transfer of heat. So, we all have seen that on heating the one end of an iron bar, the other end also gets very hot. So, if we take this water in a beaker and heat it from below, then the whole of the water gets heated. Similarly, in spite of there being a large distance between the sun and the earth, heat reaches the earth from the sun. So children, this is only called transfer of heat. When heat is transferred from one place to another, it is called transfer of heat. Now we are going to see details about this. So mainly there are three methods of heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So children, propagation of heat from one place to another is called transfer of heat, and it is done by three methods, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So first of all we are dealing with the conduction. So in solids the transfer of heat is going through with the help of conduction. Let me explain you this in detail. So let me give you one example. If you will take a hot water in a beaker and you will immerse one metal spoon or any metal thing in that, after some times you will notice that the other end which is in your hand also gets very hot. This happens because of conduction. So this process takes place only when a hot object comes in contact with an object at a relatively low temperature, and this type of heat transfer is called conduction. You can see in this picture. So conduction, what is conduction? Conduction is the heat transfer in which the molecules of matter transfer heat without changing their position. But children, for taking place conduction, there are two conditions which is very necessary. The first is the object should be in contact and their temperature should be different. The other object, when it will be in low temperature, then only heat will transfer to that object. Okay, so this is called conduction. Coming to the next, our next topic is conductor and insulators of heat. So materials that transfer heat easily through conduction are called conductors obviously, and while those materials that do not transfer heat easily through conductions are called insulator or non-conductors. Later on I'll give you examples. So all metals are conductors of heat, while some materials like wood, wool, thermocol, cork, plastic are insulators who are not allowed heat to pass through them. Okay. The next topic is effects of heat conduction. Okay, so in our daily life both conductors and insulators have been there for our uses, and following are the some of the illustration of some common insulators and conductors. So to cook food in short time, we use cooking utensils made from alloy or copper made up of aluminium or brass, which allows for faster heat transfer to the food. Okay, this is the first effect of heat conduction. The next one is fold a thin paper to make an ink pot, fill it with water and heat it over a flame. The water gets heated but paper does not burn. Here the heat given to the paper get transferred to the water, and therefore the temperature of the paper does not increase enough to make it burn. Okay. The next one is, if we wrap an iron hammer with paper and throws it into the flame, the paper does not burn. While on putting a piece of wood similarly wrapped in a paper in a flame, the paper burn. So this is because the heat given to the paper wrapped over the iron hammer and transfer itself to the iron due to the high heat conductivity of iron. The next very important effect is handles of cooking utensils are made up of non-conducting materials so that they can be handled easily as they do not become hot. So here students, I am ending my today's explanation. Next class we are going to see about convection. Till that time, thank you.